We have a total of 16 episodes to get through in The Walking Dead Season 4, but let's kick off in 16th place, and it was actually the first episode of the season, and it did get a whopping 3 out of 10 from us. It got a 16.11 million viewers across the board. It was actually the highest viewed episode of the season, with obviously the finale coming in a close second, but 16.11, quite high for 30 Days Without an Accident, but this episode just wasn't that good, man. It was just bland, it was boring, and yeah, not the best way to kick off a season. You can see why they lost like 2.5 million viewers going into episode 2, but in 15th place, we have got Alone, episode 13 of season 4. This one was pointless. It was just people walking along railroad tracks, which, in Walking Dead season 4 terms, we love doing that, don't we? We love walking along railroad tracks, boring the tits, clean office, day and nothing. This got a 3.5 out of 10 from us. And episode 12 still got 3.5 as well from us. That got 12.61 million viewers. But see, this episode, it's universally agreed that this is the worst episode in the Walking Dead history. Well, according to us, it's not even the worst episode in its season. You know what? The episode's not that bad, right? Now, obviously, 3.5 out of 10 doesn't, it's bad, I'm not denying that, but most people, it's almost like it's popular to hate it. Episode 2 is up next in 13th place. We gave us a 4 out of 10. This one was called Infected. Of course, people in the cell block start getting attacked by a reanimated Patrick. This got 13.95 viewers. Coming in 12th place, we've got episode 4, which was Indifference. This was Rick telling Carol, essentially Rick giving Carol her marching orders, so to speak. Coming in 11th place, we've got episode 3, Isolation. The illness continues to spread as Herschel begins to take some responsibility. Well, couldn't take enough responsibility to fire this episode into the top 10, could you? 10th place, we do have episode 10, which of course this episode is called Inmates. We see basically 4 different stories. We see Glenn and Tara, the trio of Bob, Maggie and Sasha. We see Daryl and Beth for a bit, and of course we see Tyrese and the Curies. Not much really going on. 9th place, we have got episode 15, Us. This episode's just fucking ridiculous. Like, making such a big deal out of this railroad tunnel. It's like you could literally just fucking walk around it. No one's forcing you to go into the tunnel. And then the whole gimmick of, we'd have to go back to the road. No, you can just follow the tunnel above. Honestly. And there's no harm risking the tunnel and then seeing like, oh well, this is too hard to pass, we'll just do a U-turn. Ridiculous, man. To say the least. But I think in the zombie apocalypse, you don't want to go into an area you can get cornered in. And obviously, if a horde passed through or followed them up the tracks while you were in the tunnels and there's a horde in front of you, what chance have you got? You've no chance. That's what the answer is. 8th place, we've got Still. Or The Grove, sorry. Some people consider this the greatest of all time. Not for me. Not a chance. Coming in 7th place, we've got episode 9, After. It's the aftermath of Too Far Gone. We get Rick, Carl, a bit of Michonne. Well, I'll say a bit. They're like not no Michonne, but yeah, she's at the door at the end of the episode, so it may as well be Michonne. Coming in 6th place, we have got episode 11, which is Claimed. We get introduced to the Claymores, and we get a 5 out of 10 for this episode. Moving into the higher rated episodes of this season, we get episode 7, which of course was a governor-based episode. Dead Weight, this one got 5.5. Damn it. Of course, we see him killing Martinez, and quite scary into it. Then we get episode 16, the finale, coming in last place. Well, I'll say last place, 4th place, but last place in the season. Gets a rating of A. Haha, no, that's the title of it. Gets a rating of 6. And then we go in to our top 3. What did the magical 3 highest rated episodes all have in common? Well, they were in The Walking Dead season 4. That's the only thing, because they were all quite different, which made them quite good. Coming in 3rd place, we have got episode 5 of this season, which was Internment. This was like Herschel's like MVP episode. He develops like not quite a cure, or an antidote, but he develops something to take away the side effects of the sickness, and he essentially just wipes out a whole prison block by himself. Now, I once rated this episode way higher. We only gave it a 7 out of 10, but for me, It was good for what it was. He was fighting walkers on chain linked fences like he was the Undertaker for WWE, man. The guy was just laying waste to everything. But you know what? A really good episode. And it was one of the last episodes of Herschel because, of course, the governor would cut his head off and Too Far Gone. Speaking of the governor, coming up in second place, we've got episode 6, Live Bait. This one is a flashback episode. This one drew 12 million viewers. The governor, what a man. His flashback episodes just shows you, man. Absolutely fantastic the governor was, and these two episodes, like episode 7 got 5th place on this list, but his other one got 2nd. It just shows you. And then Too Far Gone, which also included the governor, doing quite well. But yeah, that's got a 7 out of 10, and that leaves us with the only other spot on this list. Of course, it is none other than Too Far Gone, which of course, Too Far Gone, it's phenomenal. 9.5 out of 10. It's a great episode. It stands alone this season. Normally in TV shows, like episodes stand out, but I don't think you'll ever get like a season or an episode in a season like this where I think the season overall is incredibly poor, but there's an episode is like goated as this one. And anyway, guys, Too Far Gone, incredible episode. You've all heard it before. The battle, the governor, Herschel's Heat, all that great stuff. 9.5 we gave it. That's the best episode of this season. Hands down. Bob's your uncle. Till next time. Peace.